more pressure. Got the hood looking like Coachella. I ain't tryna politic with these bitches. Shitting on your favorite, that's your my opinion. I be in my bag, blogs in my business. Hopped off the jet straight to a fit. Sonny pull it up, I'm going in the booth. Top 2 and bitch, I ain't number 2. Real rap back in Lotto.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Key. Thank you for kicking with me. This is a monthly reading for my Capricorns. Happy birthday, Capricorns. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Take what applies. And even if you have your Capricorn in your 10th house, this message could apply to you. Like I said, happy birthday, Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn myself, so this is our season, our time to shine. You guys are getting a 2 series special, so this is general, and then I will be doing your loved one, which probably be posted tomorrow. But let's get into it. You know, it's goat season, okay? But I hope everybody's doing well. Just a quick announcement. I do have a holiday season special going on right now, all the way till New Year's Eve, where all my spiritual tools and products are 15% off. And then all my readings till the end of the year are 45% off. So go book, go check that out. You know, I got y'all. We're ending the year with a big bang, and I just want to say thank you to all of you who have supported me throughout 2022, even if it's just watching my videos, subscribing, liking. That goes a long way, and I appreciate y'all who've been rocking with me this year. So this is my thank you to you guys. So let's get into it. So Capricorns, this is like an important time for you, a lot of you guys, when it comes to your development, your involvement in your life as a person, career-wise, you know, your family situation. Things are changing, and it's because you are changing. You are coming into your season as a different person, and it's basically what I keep hearing is all eyes are on you right now, and it's confirming with your cards is what I was channeling. It's like a lot of you are about to be stepping into another elevation in your life right now, where a lot of people around you are going to be shocked, surprised, and some of you are going to have people come back who are going to want to, you know, reconcile or, you know, add to you. Take whatever resonates. But, you know, we do have, I think it's 4 planets in Capricorn right now. We have the sun, the moon was just in Capricorn with the new moon. We have the sun, Mercury, and Venus right now in Capricorn. So for a lot of you guys, what's being brought up for a lot of you to reevaluate, reassess, rebuild, readjust is, one, your career. Next thing is your relationships. How are your relationships? Are they reciprocal? Are they adding to you? Can you fix better? Especially with Mercury being in retrograde right now. This is the time where we are revisiting things from the past. This is the time where we're reevaluating, reassessing things about ourselves, how our relationships are, how we show up in our relationship. How is our relationship with our career is what I get for a lot of you. And I do feel like a lot of you are still in this process where some of you probably already cleaned house, but a lot of you are still in this an evaluation where who's going to be coming with you on this next step of your journey, especially with the sun card as your overall energy. So what I'm getting for you guys with the sun card, the spirit, a lot of you are coming out of this rebirth energy. A lot of you probably were going through a deep transformation in 2022 or before your season, where you were going through some internal changes when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your perspective on things, or why certain things happen to you. With Mercury being in retrograde, a lot of you guys are going to be revisiting things that you started from this past summer. And I do feel like you guys replanting those seeds or those creative ideas that are coming to you. For a lot of you, this is also things that you want to change with on your appearance, the way you are viewed in society. You are reinvesting, reevaluating, reassessing those things right now. And I do feel like Mercury retrograde is going to be important for a lot of you guys, because whatever you're watering right now, whatever you're fixing or rebuilding at this time is going to be fruitful in the summertime, especially with the sun card here, which is telling me summertime is very big for you guys. So whatever you guys are watering, planting now, you're going to be reaping those rewards by summertime. And for a lot of you, I heard Aries season. And you know, Aries is actually the year where new beginnings start. That's really when the new year is. And what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to Capricorn season, this is a time to harvest, hibernate, reflect, deep purging energy. And with the sun card being your guys' overall energy, like I said, a shift in your guys' your appearance, personality, the way you show up for yourself, the way you express yourself is changing. And I do feel like right now, like I feel like a lot of you are going to be in the spotlight, especially when it comes to career, especially if you have like a social media preference, or a lot of you probably just going to be changing your career field and doing something that is going to make you feel more fulfilled. And that's also going to be tapping more into your creative endeavors. I feel like a lot of Capricorns sleep on their skill set. And I feel like there's a lot of Capricorn skill set has to do with things like creating with the hands, you know, using your voice. A lot of you are probably going to be stepping into a career field that is out of your, I want to say out of your comfort, but something that you always desire for yourself, that something as a child that you wanted to do, and it's going to be very fruitful. This is also giving me where a lot of you are stepping up into leadership roles. Like I said, with Mercury, with all this Capricorn energy, you know, we rule by Saturn. So a lot of us are learning some karmic lessons right now, or ending and closing out karmic cycles. And part of us closing out these karmic cycles is having confidence in ourselves and decisions and the choices that we're making. And that's where a lot of you are going through. You're learning to stay disciplined, to stay consistent within when it comes to certain goals you have for yourself or things that you desire for yourself. With the sacral and the solar plex energy, I do feel like a lot of Capricorns, your sacral and solar plex are aligning, where a lot of you are purging emotion, letting go of the past. You're finally forgiving yourself. You're forgiving others. You're not holding that grudge or the resentment. Because a lot of you are going through a glow up right now. And it's a personal glow up. And I don't know why I keep hearing whoever slept on me is going to feel it. And I feel like for a lot of Capricorns get a bad rep of like, being talked about. I feel like a lot of you use that pain or that hurt that you've been going through to channel 5 when I say that. A lot of you use that pain to put it into your career to make your money. And I feel like Spirit is saying that is not a bad thing. That's part of your darkness. You know, to find your light, you got to be in the dark, and to find your light, you got to accept your darkness. And I feel like that's where a lot of Capricorns are finding that balance right now. The lessons that you guys are going to be learning through your season is perseverance and judgment. With perseverance, it says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So I do feel like this Mercury retrograde, a lot of you, there were certain things that you started that you didn't finish, where you're going to be going to be revisiting those things. I feel like a lot of you are going to be watering those things, especially when it comes to a heart chakra. A lot of you are going after things that are emotionally fulfilling, things that are, you know, that bring you happiness, peace, and joy. And a lot of you, your intuitive gifts have ascended. A lot of you could be having a lot more visions lately. Your dreams could be telling you stuff when it comes to the change that you're making. But I do feel like a lot of you are starting to see there's certain goals that you have for yourself that you still can achieve. So Spirit is telling you not to give up. So I do feel like this Mercury retrograde, you guys are learning a hard lesson of letting go of control. You're learning to be present in the moment and knowing that, yes, you can imagine certain things for yourself, but the future has no solid foundation. In the past, you can't live there because you're letting the past dictate what you have now. So I do feel like a lot of you are learning to be present, letting go of control, but also knowing that you can achieve your goals, but with a little bit of discipline, a little bit of consistency. I do feel like some Capricorns have been slacking, but I feel like this season, your guys' season, a lot of you are going to be on the go. And with judgment here, I do feel like your biggest lesson with judgment, it says, I understand that everyone has a unique path and challenges. I do feel like a lot of you are going to be reflecting, reassessing certain lessons you went through 2022. And I do feel like you're, with Mercury being in Capricorn, Venus being in Capricorn, the Sun being in Capricorn, a lot of you are going to be seeing certain lessons. You know, we're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the father, you know, tough lessons, structure, discipline, discipline and restrictions. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be reflecting on some of the restrictions you have been facing and understanding why you went through those certain restrictions and how it was here to help you rebuild the foundation that, you know, probably had little cracks or holes that you need to fix, especially when it comes, like I said, for a lot of you, how you view yourself, how you take care of yourself. And others of you, it's for Mercury being in Capricorn, it's how you effectively communicate what you need and what you want, but also being an effective listener. A lot of Capricorns have a hard thing when it comes to receiving communication from people, you know, being open to other people's perspective. One thing about Capricorns, I know because I'm heavy Capricorn and my Mercury's in Capricorn, if it ain't adding up, if it don't make logical sense to me, it's not going to make sense. But we are learning a hard lesson of understanding not what everybody does or is doing has to do anything with us. 1 + 1 = 2, but there's other ways to equal 2. So I feel like that's where a lot of y'all are starting to realize with the judgment is letting go of that judgment of self. I do feel like Capricorns, you guys criticize yourself so much to the point where you feel like you're supposed to be at a certain place in your life, and if you don't meet that status or that place you feel you should be, you beat yourself up. And so a lot of you are learning to not place a lot of your self-worth and self-esteem on your goals or material aspects. And one thing, yes, Capricorns get a hard rep for being, money hungry, or, but it's not money hungry for a lot of you. It's just you want that security and stability that you never had as a child. A lot of you had to grow up faster. I know, I'm a Capricorn, first daughter too also. So a lot of us had to learn lessons early in life, and now that we're ascending and growing, we're healing from that to know that being criticized really has nothing, what people criticize on has nothing really to do with us, and more has to do with other people. So I do feel like you guys are learning to release that judgment of self, which is also going to help you release that judgment of others and what how others have treated you, or other people's obstacles that they're facing. I do feel like a lot of you are reevaluating, which to the point a lot of you probably might be going through another awakening at this time, but this awakening is a confidence awakening when it comes to your self-esteem and your self-worth. Which is putting you guys in the energy with the full moon in Capricorn, which is take a reality check. So I do feel like Capricorn season, like I said, a lot of you probably might be in isolation or in her about that. My daughter needed help with her stuff. Like I said, was leading you guys into the energy where a lot of you guys are with the full moon in Capricorn, says take a reality check. So I do feel like a lot of you, this Capricorn season, you might be in hermit mode, you might be in isolation, or a lot of you are just pulling your energy back from a lot of things that weren't being reciprocal. I feel like a lot of you are, with this new moon in Capricorn that we just had, in December, I feel like a lot of you are starting to really see your reality for what it is. A lot of you are starting to see that, yeah, you had all these goals for the year, but you achieved most of the goals that you set for yourself, and that's good enough. A lot of you are starting to just realize that even though you might not have achieved your whole list, but you achieved the important things that you needed to achieve this year. And I feel like that's what's helping you guys into next year, 2023. But with take a reality check, I do feel like a lot of you are starting to realize the certain things that you want for yourself, you might have to apply a little more energy or effort into it, be a little more consistent with yourself, switching up your schedule, seeing kind of like how you've been balancing out your time. Others of you, this is kind of, you're probably reflecting our relationships. You're seeing like, are my relationships equal give and take? Are they pouring into me how I'm pouring into them? Are they showing up for me the way I show up for them? And this is causing a lot of you to step into knowing your worth. Some of you are going to be setting boundaries with people. Some of you are going to be even setting boundaries with yourself, where you're setting boundaries with yourself, where you're like, I have to achieve these certain things. I have to make certain sacrifices. I say I want to move, or I say I want my business to succeed. I gotta put out content, or I gotta save this type of money. I gotta stop buying these certain things. So I do feel like a lot of you are really just being honest with yourself during your own season of how you're going about things that you've been trying to achieve for yourself. Especially with the new moon in Libra, knowing your love. I feel like a lot of you're putting you first. The scales are balancing out in your life right now. So I do feel like, yes, you guys are facing karmic lessons and things that, to give you a new perspective when it comes to how you view yourself, how you value yourself. But I do feel like a lot of you are also going to be reevaluating your relationships. But a lot of you are also calling in your soul family. A lot of you are also calling in relationships that are going to be reciprocal at this time. So the scales are being balanced. For those who did you wrong, they're getting their karma. And if you did people wrong, you're getting your karma. It's just the scales are balancing out with Mercury in retrograde right now. All this heavy Capricorn energy, Saturn is not playing with people, okay? But this is also pushing a lot of you to face your calling. It says step up and lead. A lot of you are getting pushed to lead in certain areas of your life when it comes to, things that you want for yourself, or even in your relationships. If you say you want certain changes, are you standing your ground on those changes that you say you want? So that's what I'm getting. I do feel like a lot of you are really choosing your peace right now. You're also understanding what's meant for you is always going to be for you. It says, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So I do feel like a lot of you right now are just releasing the baggage that you have carried from other people or things that were placed on you. And you're choosing your peace. You're choosing, if it's for me and it's making me happy, I'm choosing it. But if it's not, I let it go with love. And you guys are accepting that. As I keep hearing the word acceptance. You guys are accepting a lot of things for what they are and what they were here to teach you. But there is something that is being hidden from a lot of you that I do feel like a lot of you are questioning, like, when are my manifestations coming in? When certain things going to show up for you? With the void course moon, there's something that's being hidden from you. And I feel like it's being hidden for a lot of you for a reason, because Spirit is teaching you guys how to let go. 333 when I say that. Spirit is teaching you how to let go and control, and your expectations of how things play out. Especially with the fire element here, desire. a lot of y'all are getting your new beginning with the Ace of Wands here. And I do feel like it's actually due to the fact you guys have been going through a transformation. And it's going to push you guys in this energy to believe, to think bigger for yourself. I keep hearing a lot of Capricorn placements are going to be thinking bigger. You guys are starting to realize, like, damn, half the stuff that I said I wanted for myself has manifested. Now I need to think big. Think, stop selling yourself short. So, let's see. I do feel like a lot of Capricorns, a lot of you are going to be speaking up for yourself more, especially with my throat chakra here. So you could be going through a throat chakra clearing right now if you're coughing a lot more. I do feel like a lot of you are going to have people from your past come back who are going to want to make amends with you, right their wrongs. And Spirit is pushing a lot of you to speak your truth, but speak it from a place of love. Speaking from your heart is what I keep getting for a lot of you. But I also do feel like for a lot of you, your voice is meant to be shared with others. So some of you are, like I said, are probably going to be teacher or stepping into a new career where you're teaching, where you're mentoring, where, you're speaking out more. Some of you could probably be going back to school also is what I'm hearing. Funny, at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. So I do feel like a lot of you are getting a lot of mental clarity. A lot of you are going to be speaking truth. You have 111. So a lot of you could be seeing 111. You guys are getting a new beginning within self. But I do feel like this not is just within self. This is like a new passion for a lot of you with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like a lot of you, some of you are going to have a relationship where you're going to get the truth about it. But I do feel like a lot of you are just cutting out the bullshit and then putting yourself first. A lot of you are learning to continue to pour into you and not overgive yourself where you feel depleted like you did in the past. Because a lot of you are understanding that had to change. With the Four of Cups, a lot of you understand the changes, the blockages that you were facing was due to the fact you weren't staying consistent and disciplined with the change that you say you wanted. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for Capricorn? Yeah, a lot of you are coming out of this indecisive energy. I do feel like a lot of you were confused or how you were going to go about this thing with the mental conflict coming out of reverse is telling me a lot of you are coming out of this stalemate. A lot of you are starting to understand, all right, I was keeping myself stuck due to the fact I was being indecisive, or I was waiting on people, or I was waiting on certain things to show up for me instead of going after and making stuff happen for myself. Yeah, intuition out here. A lot of you intuitively already know what you're about to do. And a lot of you are letting your intuition guide you at this time. You also could be going through intuitive upgrades. A lot of you could be having a lot of vivid dreams at this time. It's letting you know what's coming for you, or having certain fears come up for you to face and reevaluate and understand where they're coming from so you can release them. Yeah, your guys' third eye is definitely open up where to the point where it's helping you guys get out this Five of Swords. Like I said, a lot of you are starting to understand why you went through why certain things were blocked, or why certain things were struggling to come in for you, or certain lessons you have to face. A lot of you are understanding that lesson on what it was here to teach you, and it's helping a lot of you take your power back. A lot of you now are taking your power back from people, places, things, withdrawing your energy and pouring into you, which is helping you guys open your third eye. It's giving you a new perspective. It's helping you release that judgment of self. I do feel like a lot of Capricorns have shamed themselves for certain mistakes that you guys went through, or what you have done, or what others have done to you. And you understand that was here to teach you, help you evolve, to learn from your past. And it's funny, I said solar plex energy. A lot of you are going through a confidence glow up. Like I said, a lot of you are really being true to your emotions, to the things that you truly desire for yourself, and going after it. I also do feel like a lot of Capricorns at this time, if you were being fatigued in the past, if you were drained, I feel like that's shifting for you. A lot of you are going to be having more confidence, but I do feel like a lot of you are going to have more energy to attack the things that you really want for yourself. Whatever. See up the Capricorn spirit. What else do you have for Capricorn? It's funny how I said something's being hidden from you guys, and you got the wish fulfillment here. So, yes. So right now, a lot of Capricorns with finances and material changes being your overall energy, I do feel like a lot of Capricorns right now are healing an abandonment wound. This Capricorn season, a lot of you are going to be really reflecting on an abandonment wound that you have with a father figure, or just male present, just people in your life, or how you felt like people abandoned you, or just feel like the life that you were trying to make with people, how people just weren't adding to it. I feel like that wound for you guys is coming up to really understand where it's coming from so you guys can release it. If money has been tight, I do feel like that's changing for you guys, because financially mature changed. I do feel like if you guys money has been stagnant or has been coming in slow, I feel that changing for you guys. You guys could be seeing 555s. So right now, I do feel like Spirit is making you guys, a lot of you, refocus on your career and your own stability at this time, seeing where you have been over giving or over underspending. I do feel like with the Five of Pentacles, though, here as the overall energy, a lot of you are being told to really invest in yourself with the Ace of Wands here, passion ignited. I do feel like a lot of you are starting to see that a shift in your career is happening, but this is causing a lot of you to step into this bravery and that inner strength, that willpower. I do feel like a lot of you are in this energy, like I said, where you're going to be isolating yourself and putting yourself in hermit mode, because I do feel like a lot of you are really focusing on your creative endeavors, or focusing on your financial stability, or how to make your financial stability turn into generational wealth, is what I keep hearing. And that's changing for a lot of you. Like I said, a lot of you are really facing your shadow side when it comes to the lack feeling that you feel like you have when it comes to material aspects, or when it comes to that abandonment wound I was saying. I feel like a lot of you are really understanding where this abandonment wound comes from, and you're releasing that self-limiting belief of you have to have more, or you place your self-worth or self-esteem on those things. And it's going to give, like I said, with the Star card here, it's giving you guys this kind of like renewal of faith, or renewal of hope, that you can have everything that you want. And you're like, I keep hearing the possibilities are limitless. And it's causing a lot of you finally to get out of the stagnant energy. I do feel like a lot of you are really reflecting on certain memories of, like I said, people from your past. I do feel like a lot of you are going to have people from your past come forward and try to make amends with you with the Six of Cups here. But I do feel like I said earlier, a lot of you are finally calling in your soul family. You're going to be reuniting, or just meeting people who are meant to help you from now to the future. I do feel like a lot of you are going to be networking. A lot of you are going to be meeting true people who are aligned with you, or believe in the same things you do. But I do feel like a lot of you have somebody from your past, or people from your past, coming back to make amends. And it's crazy how I said that you guys, something is being hidden from you. I do feel what's being hidden from you, a lot of you, is your wish fulfillment. Things that you have manifested to yourself. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to get a wish fulfillment this year on your birthday season. This could be on your birthday, or just in your season, where something's going to come in for a lot of you that's going to give you hope. That's going to renew your faith in the things that you've been manifesting for yourself. Because I do feel like a lot of Capricorns have 11-11 when I say this. So a lot of you are getting a new beginning in some type of area in your life. This could be love, this could be career, or this could just be within yourself. But I do feel like for a lot of you, there's something that you've been manifesting or been putting your all into that's going to come true. And it's something that you've been working really hard to, and working through the blockages. But the part of you that a lot of you are going to see the restrictions or the delays that you are facing is because you lack the confidence when it comes to really achieving your goals. A lot of you let your fears, or you had self-sabotaging habits or patterns that were blocking you from really achieving what you really want for yourself. Let me clarify and see what this wish fulfillment is. Yeah, a lot of you, this wish fulfillment, for a lot of you that's coming in from you, is something that happened in the past. Something that you started, or something that you prayed and wished for, is coming back around. So it's like a full circle moment for a lot of you. With the wisdom card, for a lot of you, it could be a commitment. Like I said, some of you might be getting engaged, might be taking your relationship to the next step. Others of you might be getting a public recognition, more on your, when it comes to your career or your business. You might be elevating to a higher level. But I do feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with a relationship. A lot of you are going to be in a solid commitment by the end of your season. With the universe here, I feel like after Mercury retrograde ends on January 18th, a lot of you are going to receive a wish fulfillment. It's going to close out a major cycle for y'all, and it's going to help you guys when it comes to your stability. I do feel like right now, with people coming back, a lot of you are going to be tested on things that you truly want for yourself, but a lot of you are going to be tested on where you're pouring your energy and focus into when it comes to, the fear of the lack of security that you feel, or the safetyness you feel. I feel like a lot of you are really healing a daddy wound right now. And, I'm sorry to say this, we are ruled by Saturn. It is the father. So I feel like a lot of Capricorns are really focusing on their masculine energy, distorted masculine energy right now, and figuring out how to step into a healthy masculine energy where you're kind of balancing out your divine masculine, divine feminine energy, where you know when to show up your masculine energy, when to show up your feminine energy. And I feel like a lot of you are really healing an aspect on your masculine energy. Like I said, could be an abandonment wound, a codependency wound, or where you overwork yourself. That could be a father wound, where you could have had a father who was very work-oriented and wasn't really around. So I feel like a lot of you are starting to really heal that aspect of you. Let's see what's going on with the chariot here. Yeah, a lot of you are moving through the blockages when it comes to your awareness. And it's funny how I said it's due to the fact that a lot of you lack confidence in self. With the solar plex here, a lot of you are really starting to see that the lack of confidence that you have when it comes to your self-worth and self-esteem was blocking you from receiving what you want. And this is why a lot of you are really withdrawing yourself, really in the reflecting mode, pulling back your energy from things that were taking from you, things that were not being reciprocal. And it's causing you guys to call in the right people for yourself with the partnerships and alliance. It's crazy how I said a lot of you are going to be networking and connecting with the right people for you, who are in line with you at where you're at right now and who you are about to be. Let's put some self-care messages. What self-care messages do you have from the Capricorns? So I see a lot of Capricorns getting out their way. I see a lot of you are staying really focused on yourself and putting you first, which is going to shift your perspective on the things that you've been manifesting for yourself. I feel like a lot of you are stepping out of this pessimistic mindset and stepping more into this optimism. It says if you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. So I feel like a lot of you are really having to rewrite how you speak to yourself or how you speak to certain situations. Like I said, releasing that judgment of self and other people and stepping into stop telling yourself the worst is going to happen and believe in the beautiful endings that you really want for yourself. I feel like a lot of you are starting to really see that the way you think, the way you see yourself is causing to create that negative reality. If you feel like you're not worthy of the things that you want, that's what's going to show up for you. And I feel like a lot of you are starting to see that you kind of been your own blockage. With your overall energy being changed, of course. So I do feel like a lot of you, like I said, your focus is changing. The things that you're wanting for yourself is changing. It says a closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. And I feel like that's what Mercury retrograde, all this Capricorn energy is doing for you Capricorns, is making you really reflect, reevaluate, and reassess yourself and show you where you've been lacking focus or what needs your more attention. And it's time to change course. And I keep hearing that change the course is really putting you first. Stop overgiving yourself. Stop self-sacrificing to please others. And I feel like that's what a lot of Capricorns are doing. Because one thing with Capricorns, a lot of people don't give us the credit for is like we are really loving people. If you really get to know us, we are the softest. We could be simps actually when we love you. We are so overgiving or so overgenerous. And it's because a lot of us, it's due to the fact we're trying to prove ourselves to people. And I feel like a lot of you are starting to realize that you have to take that back and prove yourself to yourself. And take that risk on yourself. It says take a chance. Every risk is successful when you're committed to learning and growth. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are realizing is that when you believe in yourself, when you take risks for yourself, that's when things change for you. And that's when you learn to be a better you and evolve. So that's what I'm getting for you Capricorns. Let me pull an advice card from your ancestors. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for my Capricorns? All right, so you have signs and reminders. So your ancestors are sending you guys signs. You're seeing reminders. A lot of you could be seeing crows, which is all about death, rebirth, endings, and beginnings. So a lot of you, like I said, are going through a transformation or rebirth during your season. You could have also been seeing butterflies. Like I said, that's also do with transformation, but it also let you know new beginnings are here, especially with the rainbows. Some of you could have saw rainbows a lot during the summer, butterflies, crows. Spirit is communicating with a lot of you that this is not the time to give up. This is the time to do the work, and this is the time to trust the universe and trust that you're on the correct path. A lot of you could be seeing 1, 2, 3s. But a lot of you, this is time to keep your composure. So this is the time to keep yourself grounded. With all this Capricorn energy, this is the time for a lot of you to be outside in nature. This is also the time to meditate. This is also the time to, like I said, withdraw your energy from anything that's depleting you. So this is what I got for you, Capricorns. Happy birthday again.